How you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch PlayStation 4 Spider-Man figure from Hasbro. Now this figure is being sold as a Gamestop exclusive, at least here in the United States. It is actually under the Gamerverse banner as opposed to Marvel Legends, so you do have a little bit different packaging. The same window style of packaging, but up at the top, instead of having the Marvel Legends series logo, you've just got Marvel Gameverse. It's a white box, the figure's clearly displayed, and then down below you've got the Spider-Man name. Now they don't actually really call this the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, but we all know if you've played the new game and everything, that's what this suit is based on. On the sides you just have some artwork for Spider-Man, and it's the same on both sides. And then on the back of the packaging you've got a brief bio in multiple languages, as well as some images from the actual game. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now for accessories, you just get an extra pair of hands. So attached to the figure, when you first take it out of the packaging, you get a closed fist on the right and you get a web shooting hand on the left. And then you get alternating hands, an extra set of alternating hands. So you get a right web shooting hand and a left closed fist. So you can switch them up however you want. And then besides the hands, you also get these web shooting effects, which we've seen before, most recently with that Target exclusive Into the Spider-Verse 2-pack. So this is the exact same kind of webbing effect, and it's done with a twisty tie almost kind of material or a soft plastic. It doesn't like bend, it's not really bendy wire or anything. They can kind of bend it a little bit, but again, we've seen this before with other Spider-Man figures, so nothing really new there. Okay, now for the figure itself, there's really nothing new here with the figure either. It's just a repaint. The body is a reuse of that one that we saw with the modern Spider-Man 2099. It's the same legs, same arms, same torso. Now with the Spider-Man 2099, you had those added little fin things on the side, which is not included with this figure, but it's the same body parts. Now the head sculpts are different. However, it's not a new head sculpt. It's just a reuse of the head sculpt from the Spider-Man UK figure. So again, nothing really new there. Now I've seen some of you indicate that you think the head, this Spider UK head, is too big for this body, and have asked if you can switch out other Spider-Man heads. So basically the answer is yes, you can switch out the head. So I've got, this is the Spider-Man figure from the Raft box set, which is basically the pizza eating Spider-Man mold with the kind of McFarlane type eyes. But you can take that and it will fit on this body. So if you don't like the head they included, you can switch it out pretty much with any other Spider-Man head that you've got out there. Now, even though this figure is just a repaint, I think they've done a pretty good job of capturing the look of the costume from the new video game. The front of the figure looks almost identical to what we see in the game. You've got that white spider symbol that goes all the way down to his waist, and then you've got the red with the webbing on the mask and on the shoulders, and you've got the blue, and then you've got some white down here on the lower arm. So all that matches up pretty good with the game. Same with the legs. You've got mostly blue, but then you've got a little bit of red with the webbing here on the sides, and then you've got some red, and they even included the white portions here on the feet. So I think that's pretty good. Now on the back of the figure, it's pretty close. The only discrepancy that I really can tell is it looks like the spider symbol is a little bit low on his back. In the game, I think, you know, these legs actually come up to his shoulder. So just a minor difference, but still overall pretty good. And the paint applications are pretty solid, you know, with the spider symbol and everything. The white portions, you know, I got a little bit of a scratch there, but not too big. And of course, they never paint these joints. They always leave these unpainted, so those stand out a little bit. But otherwise, pretty solid paint applications and a pretty good job of capturing the look of the suit from the new video game. So the figure stands just under 6.5 inches tall. And here's a look at several other modern Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures that Hasbro's done, some of which are suits that actually appear in the video game, like the Spider-Man Punk. Okay, now for articulation on this figure, you can turn the head to the left and to the right. It's on a ball hinge joint, so he can look down pretty good, and then he can look up pretty good as well. And really doesn't have a whole lot of head pivot with this one. Arms are attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, so you can get the arm out good. You've got good rotation there at the shoulder. You also have those butterfly joints, so you've got that back and forth movement there at the shoulder. He has a bicep swivel. He has a double hinged elbow, so good bending there at the elbow. He has rotation with the hands and then hinges on the wrist, so good up and down movement there. You've got an ab crunch joint, so he can crunch down pretty good and he can look back pretty good as well. You get a waist swivel with this one. With the legs, you can do the splits about that much. You can get the leg forward good, and you can do the leg out and back about that much. Has a thigh swivel, has a double jointed knee, so really good bending there at the knee. Has a boot cuff swivel, and then with the feet you have hinges, and then you do have, of course, ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I think this is a pretty good figure. I guess I would say the head is maybe a little bit big on the body, but not too big of a deal, and you can switch it out with other Spider-Man heads if you want to, but I think overall it's a good representation of the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man outfit. So if you're a fan of that design, I think this is a figure you'll definitely want to pick up. Now this figure, as I mentioned before, is a GameStop exclusive, and it has started to hit shelves now. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.